The question before us is really about our prioritization around public safety, specifically the police department. And we have been talking about this since the 1st of January, and we've been talking about this for almost 35 years of my service in the Police Bureau. And the reckoning is it a priority or is it not? I believe it is. I believe it is based upon not only my experience, but based upon the numbers, the facts, the conversations, the relationships, the sadness I see and hear in the victims' voices at their lack of services, our lack of responsiveness, our inability to engage, our inability to provide the level of service that Portlanders deserve and expect. And that is consistent. And one of the reasons why that is the case is not just this council. Many prior councils have looked at one of the largest, most expensive bureaus in the city and seen it as an opportunity to balance the budget on their backs. And we have been down this so many times that I'm just about done having the same conversation about making a decision. The reality is that any reduction in funding to the Police Bureau will be a reduction of services. I understand the argument that this is one-time funding. The reality is if we take those 17 positions away, and the Police Bureau is aggressively attempting to hire and retain, first of all, it impacts the ability to recruit. It sends a message at a time when police services are in high demand and there are many, many agencies attempting to hire that we don't value the Portland Police Bureau. We don't value the work that the men and women are doing in the Portland Police Bureau, and we don't think that you should come and join the Portland Police Bureau. So that's the first message. It makes it more difficult to actually fill the vacancies that we are trying to so desperately do so that we can reduce overtime. The second thing that this does is, in fact, we are maybe successful. Maybe we overcome that and we continue to hire. I can assure you, because CBO has done this for many, many years, that as we hire and as we get closer to the new cap, which would be about 860 versus 870, so if we hire 20, 30 people, which we have about, I'm estimating we'll have another 20 plus hires this summer, probably another 20 or 30 by the end of the year. As we get closer to that 850, 860 number, they're gonna tell me to stop hiring. And they're gonna tell me to stop hiring because I've been paying for the work being done on those vacancies. So that money, even though we say it's there, it's not really there because it's one-time funding and I can't hire into one-time funding. So this vote would essentially put us into the position to where we could potentially not be able to hire, which is the antithesis of what I am hearing across the board from community across all of your districts. Now, we can roll the dice. We can say, Chief, I don't think you're gonna be able to hire. I don't think you're gonna be able to get to that number. That's certainly a possibility. I can't sit here and predict the future. What I can tell you is applications are up, interest is up, hiring is up, and we are seeing progress and success. What I can also tell you is that the overtime strategies that we implemented in January are working, and it's a model that I intend to keep in 25, 26 as we right-size the Bureau budget, as we look to see what do things really cost. We haven't done that for years. We haven't seen what does it really cost to do this. I had a conversation, or at least an voicemail exchange with Councillor Novick. I'm looking right now at a burglary program. But before I can commit to a burglary program, I want to know what's it going to cost. Years past, we need a burglary program, we grab a bunch of people, and we just do it. And we maybe drive burglary down, but we also blow out our budget. So we are taking practical fiscal steps. But this amendment will in fact reduce services and will not allow us to be able to continue to be effective. And I'm going to use one real-time example that's happening right now as we speak. Commander Hughes at Central Precinct has taken on an incredible initiative this week. 5 days straight, focusing on various parts of District 4 with the mobile precinct, with officers that have adjusted their shifts to limit overtime. I appreciate their sacrifice. But still, when I called him on Monday, and we've already put over 20 people into deflection in the last 2 days, we've seized firearms and guns and made several successful cases with a focus on outreach, but it's costing about 30 hours of overtime a day. But before he launched that, we looked at the numbers. Can you do this? Can you absorb it? And he's staying within his budget. So this is not, those programs we would discontinue because we need the overtime. And we could say it's one-time funding, but if I continue to hire, I'm going to be told I can't hire. I'm going to have less money in those vacancies. I'm going to have less money to be able to do the work that we're doing. So I appreciate it. I understand the conversation. I understand the argument that Councilor Knoll is making. I understand the points that Director Levine is making, but I fundamentally disagree with the ability to continue to maintain the level of service that we have been providing if any cut is made and lessens the number of officers or the ability to do our job. Thank you.